So there's a lot of really super bright lights here, halogen and other lights. Those weren't there a few months ago. What happened?
No, I mean, towards the end of summer, the initial round lights you see here and the lights on the poles were set up to provide lighting on the outside area, also so that the police and Trinity could see what's going on out here, which is understandable if you have a lot of people out front. The next thing that happened was about 3 weeks after that, I actually saw the van pull up. They took out a number of boxes, including cameras, video recording equipment, which I initially thought was for maybe a conference room. But when I saw the cameras, I realized what they were doing. They put probably about 12 cameras around out here to cover all the areas. The halogen lights went up the next day. The lower level of halogen lights went up the next day to illuminate specific areas along the edge here so they could see faces. And about a week and a half later, they put the third level of lights up because they still weren't getting a good enough picture. The person who's head of security, I'm assuming, who was ex-NYPD, when they were putting up the cameras, was pacing back and forth in front of the NYPD standing here, just salivating at the bit. He put his gloves on like he was still on the police force, smiling, grinning from ear to ear. He was in his native soil. He, for lack of better words, gets his jollies off of having these up here, putting this up here, and probably watches the videotape at home. I know that they probably have access to the video where they can scan it from their computers internally, and he can look at it from home. So what he's doing while he's watching the video is his own personal business. And I know that's offensive, but I really have no idea what he'd be doing. The video was probably most often shared with NYPD on certain incidences. NYPD has a camera across the street. Another agency has a camera. There's most likely a Homeland Security camera or other federal agency up in the building focused down on here. Trinity really didn't need to spend the money to do this. There's NYPD officers outside all the time. They're basically saying NYPD cannot do their job. They cannot see what's going on. If that's the case, then they need to get rid of the NYPD out here and just let the cameras do the job. If NYPD is actually capable of doing its job, get rid of the cameras. I guarantee they will add more lights and more cameras as they see fit. In order to keep an eye on what was going down further there, about a week ago they added 2 more cameras on the outside of the pole with zoom lenses. They adjusted it at the angles, and then they also did it down around the poles on the side there. But these down here were the ones that just surprised me most, because you had a group that were down at the other end that they were concerned about for valid reasons, but they've gone way overboard.
What kind of security threat do you think you pose, that Trinity thinks you pose their building?
A security threat? No. Do you have, if Occupy Wall Street wasn't out here, the same type of issues that they're concerned about would still be going on with individuals passing by. Occupy Wall Street, the members out here that are occupying Trinity, which are members of Occupy Wall Street, it's not a specific group. It's just members that are concerned about this issue. They're capable of policing it. We have called the police if there's been an issue with someone and actually had them come over here and made them aware of that. So it's not like we aren't willing to bring the police in if there's something that's way beyond our control. As far as a threat, we don't. I mean, you have individuals who drink and they're usually at the other end. And sometimes they drink a little too much, but if you spend a couple of nights out here in front of Trinity, you will see that there are worse drunks passing by, going to the Staten Island Ferry, going down Wall Street that get off here. Women that are stumbling drunk, and the police do not even help them. There was one night a woman was walking with a guy. The woman did not want to go with the guy. The police did not do anything. It took me and someone else to keep pointing it out and saying something and going over there. They finally walked her and him home, or to the apartment building. Guess what? He came walking back. If he was really her boyfriend, the doorman would have let her and him in, which meant that he was pissed off because he picked her up. She was drunk. He was going to get lucky. NYPD would have allowed that to happen. Occupiers out here, we keep an eye on what's going on. You know, we respect property. There are individuals who do not, for different reasons. Individuals who have thrown their beer cans in there. I want to be honest and fair on both sides. I've gone in and picked them up. A large number of the people under here in the scaffolding have gone in there and picked them up. We have swept up. We have cleaned up. It's just part of what we do. And, you know.
Ham and cheese, turkey and cheese, eggs, ham and cheese, eggs and bacon.
Danke.
All right?